Hello everyone, welcome back to my Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Azata playthrough. We finally found the storyteller again, so we're going to jump right in and see what's what with him. The blind elf whispers something under his breath. Hearing your steps, he turns to you slowly. Greetings, Nest. Have you brought me a new story? I want to discuss our encounter in the dragon's lair. I'm sure you do. You're wondering how I ended up there and why I wasn't killed, am I right? What? Oh, sorry. Sort out my audio. There you go. Why did you go to the tower? I've been looking for a certain tower for several years now, and in that place I had a strange feeling of recognition. It seems that tower once belonged to me a long time ago. Knowing my habits, I assumed that some records or other items that could answer the questions about my past may have remained in my home. Unfortunately, I realised too late that the tower was now the lair of a monster. How come the dragon didn't eat you? Despite their beastly tempers, dragons are very clever creatures, but their way of life does not lend itself to civilised conversation, which is why they do sometimes enjoy a good chat. And even more, a good story. That was what saved me. I had to share a few of my stories with the dragon, hoping to win her over, or at least distract her. Did you find anything of value in the tower? The storyteller nods politely. Yes, thanks to you. The dragon didn't have time to burn everything. I found the memories of my previous life, which I had forgotten long ago. Now everything's clear. Once again, please accept my gratitude for the miraculous rescue. I hope I never again have cause to meet a creature as ferocious as that dragon. I found a page that might interest you. I found several, actually. The storyteller carefully takes your find. Yes, you are right. Another piece of evidence from the past I have forgotten. The old elf's expression becomes withdrawn. Thank you. If you find more pages like this, please bring them to me. Maybe by putting them together, I will be able to lift the veil of mystery surrounding my story. I found another page that might interest you. And another page. Oh, there you go. The storyteller clenches the pages you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. My hand touches the stone wall. The cold pierces my palm like the teeth of a hungry dog sinking into a piece of meat. I don't take my hand away. I let the stone enjoy my warmth in return for its service. It accepts my caress and my unasked questions. The one it's been asked thousands upon thousands of times. Where should I go next? Behind me I hear a loud stomping of the minotaurs that guard this godforsaken place. I tricked and outwitted them, leaving only a trace of my presence. There is darkness lurking up ahead, honing its swords, claws and teeth in the hope that a rare traveller visits its lair. But today it will get no one. This labyrinth is alive. Its red-veined stone walls resemble the guts of a huge creature. If you keep still and listen closely, you can hear it breathing in the wind that sweeps through this place. Where do I go from here? Forward. To the place whence the wind carried a faint chuckle. Whence comes the faint smell of ash. Whence a few days ago, Demon Lord Baphomet began his great escape. Baphomet? Are you inside his labyrinth? Yes. I'm travelling through the Ivory Labyrinth. This is not the most pleasant of my journeys, but it is necessary to reach my goal. How were you able to evade all the dangers of the Ivory Labyrinth? The storyteller raises his chin proudly. Have you forgotten who you are speaking to? I am the last Archmage of Kyonin. I have been to many dangerous places, and this is just one of the many. It won't be the last. What do you need from the Ivory Labyrinth? An answer to a question, a key to a secret, knowledge that can save many lives. A sliver of a smile appears on the storyteller's lips. My kinfolk are weaklings and cowards. They ran from danger, but one stood up to my enemy, and Baphomet will give me the weapon to win. Please continue. For several years I have thought about how to defeat Earthfall. My enemy has no flesh and it is impossible to kill. It blazes through everything in its path. It doesn't enslave but destroys life itself. And I have found the answer. I know how I'm going to save my world. Earthfall came to destroy Golarion. Its strike was brutal, and my world barely withstood it. But what if Earthfall was resisted by not one world, but several worlds at once? What if Heaven or Elysium come to help the dying Golarion? If I manage to merge my world with another one, meld them together, the power of the disaster will weaken. The denizens of Golarion will be able to temporarily take shelter in the adjacent plane. Civilizations will not die. Our culture will continue to exist. We will not be forgotten. Baphomet, the cunning and insidious lord of Minotaurs, was once a captive in Asmodeus' prison. But only 10 years passed before Baphomet was able to escape, taking his own prison with him, which later became the Ivory Labyrinth. Such an achievement deserves respect, and it is a goal of my research. Moving matter between planes is what interests me now. I stop near strange symbols covering the wall of the labyrinth. I run my hand over them to ensure they are real. Encrypted riddles drawn by Baphomet during his imprisonment. I take out the bark-covered notebook and painstakingly copy the symbols into it. Behind me, 2 minotaurs are fighting, deceived by the net of spells I have wrapped around myself like a blanket. Do you want to connect the planes? That's dangerous. The elf is silent for a moment. When he talks, there is disdain in his voice. Dangerous. Difficult. Almost impossible. But tell me, is this risk not worth the Thessalian Empire perishing before my eyes? Does Golgarn, the Cyclops Kingdom, deserve death? What about the Albeth Empire? The storyteller moves his lips silently. Another plane will pay for saving Golarion. There will be wars, and then a new world will come, but we will survive. We will defeat Earthfall, and history will not condemn the victors. A bark-covered notebook? The one your mentor gave you? The storyteller lowers his head, but a moment later jerks it back up. Yes! Blinded by my pride, I tore it to pieces when I thought I would not follow my kinfolk. I'm still not going to run, but the knowledge written in this notebook by my former mentor might serve my purpose. The elves managed to open a portal to Sovrian, and keep it open until all our people escaped from Golarion. Their cowardice deserves disdain, but their knowledge is unquestionable. I returned to Keonin and gathered the pieces of my torn notebook. Now it is my sword aimed at the heart of Earthfall. By combining the wisdom of the elves and the cunning of Baphomet, I will save the world. And what happened next? I copied the strange symbols into the notebook. I haven't the slightest idea what these scribbles mean. What was the future demon lord thinking when he wrote them, while he was imprisoned in a cell with no way out? Was he still in his right mind? I will need help to understand these notes, otherwise decrypting them might take more time than Pharasma has given me. One of the minotaurs behind me killed the other one, tore his heart out and devoured it. His blood-stained nose sniffs the air sharply. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry. His bloodshot eyes shift from wall to wall. He senses a stranger, but he doesn't scare me. I am certain of my powers and the spells hiding me. I've done my work and can now leave this place, and still I linger. What is this strange presence I feel behind me? Like someone is watching me, despite all the protective spells. Who are you? I ask carefully, not hoping for an answer. Darkness. A coy female voice whispers in my ear. Against my will, I shudder. The storyteller stops talking for a long while. The vision ended at the most interesting moment, didn't it? He says bitterly at last. Please, find the rest of the pages from this bark-covered book. I must know what happened next. Thank you for your stories. Thank you for helping me remember them. Speaking of that, I have a page. You're right, another piece. Thank you. I have another page. And another page. Okay, here we go again. The storyteller clenches the pages you brought. I wish you could just give them all at once, all the ones that you found. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. It's been 2 years since I started to serve the darkness. She found me in the Ivory Labyrinth, her gaze piercing through all my protective spells, as if they had been cast by an untrained apprentice rather than the last archmage of Keonin. She is powerful and industrious. She is the perfect assassin. Her name is Nocticula. She invited me to Arueshalae, the city of demons in the depths of the abyss, the capital of the Midnight Isles. The Lady in Shadow highly values my ability to remain unnoticed. Kneeling before her throne, I listened to her praise and felt like a child being given a pat on the head for doing some simple chore for the first time. But this is no longer important. Now I serve a demon lord, for this is our agreement. She will help me decrypt the scribbles I copied in the Ivory Labyrinth. In return, I will serve as her court mage and spy for the next 17 years. Now Arueshalae is my home, and Nocticula is my Lady in Shadow. Tell me about your life in Arueshalae. Of all the places in the Abyss, Arueshalae is the most civilized. My lady wants to make her capital the face of the Abyss, a place travellers from other planes can visit without too much fear. I don't care. I am here only to complete my service, get the promised reward and return to Golarion. However, strange as it may be, Arueshalae's demons treat me honourably. They hate me, sometimes growl at me, but they never attack. I prepared many spells and am ready to use them at any moment, but I've had no reason to yet. I have my own tower in the upper city, not far from the Lady's palace. I've strengthened it with protective spells and set golems to guard it. I created a portal to Golarion at the top of the tower, one which only I can use. It will be my escape route if I need to flee urgently. I expect an attack every day, but it never happens. This might sound ridiculous and surprising, but I think the demons of Arueshalae respect me. You trusted a demon lord? My Lady in Shadow has no reason to hide the truth from me. She does not care about my research. She offered me help out of curiosity. I am something of a bizarre pet to her, both funny and useful. The storyteller shakes his head. She offered me help and I agreed. I must thank my lady for her generosity. 17 years of service for translating 17 phrases from Baphomet's Labyrinth. A bargain. Please continue. The storyteller stays silent for a short while, as if listening to something. I can't smell anything but sewage. I can hear some demon snores or death rattles. Hidden by a cocoon of spells, I keep invisible watch in a dirty alleyway in Arueshalae's lower city. 2 winged shadows sweep past overhead and a terrible, stone-splitting shriek rolls like a tide through the streets, but it can't hurt me. I know the ways of this city, and have protected myself from Valexia's wild antics. My voluntary partner, a young half-elf named Kinney, sighs loudly and says yet again, "They are not coming." I shrug just as I have done every time before. I'm not keeping you. Kinney frowns and turns away in response. I sneak a look at my friend. His unruly locks fall over his face. Kinney carelessly sweeps them out of his eyes, thinking about something. I find myself enjoying his gentle movements and look away, embarrassed. Have a little more patience, my friend. Soon our goal will be here, I am sure of it. You mentioned Valexia. Tell me about her. The storyteller answers with reluctant admiration. The maddest succubus of all those born in the Abyss. Even my Lady in Shadow can't but smile upon hearing the latest mayhem she stirred up just for fun. Surrounded by her 3 succubi friends, known as the Sinners, she flies naked over the city, crushing buildings with her raging screams, grabbing poor passers-by, taking them up in the air, and dashing them down onto the rocks, getting into raging fights with no rhyme or reason. Truly, Valexia is the bane of Arueshalae, but also its wild heart. I didn't expect to find out you had a partner. The storyteller's face lights up and a timid smile appears on his lips. I didn't expect it either. Kinney is from Golarion just as I am. He is a thief and a former slave. He escaped from the Cyclops of the Dying Empire. The Cyclopes of the Dying Empire. I met him before I left Golarion for the Abyss, in my old tower. A thief who sought not my life, but a shelter, a place to spend the night, and protection from his former masters. My charms worked. Kinney couldn't get past the ground floor of the tower. That's where I found him, sitting on the floor entangled in my trap's living vines. I freed the hapless thief. I wasn't angry at his intrusion. I was even glad to walk with this restless youth of the short-lived folk. I had no idea how much I missed companionship. After that, Kinney often spent the night in my tower, partaking of my hospitality. Together we lived through the terror of Earthfall. and when the time came, I took him with me to the abyss. Recently, he has even helped me carry out some of my lady's tasks, those that give him the opportunity to make some money. Does your partner know about your goal to save Golarion? Oh yes. We discussed my plans many times, sitting at the top of the tower, nursing goblets of warmed wine. Kinney shares my love for our dear Golarion, and supports my desire to save its doomed civilizations. The storyteller smiles warmly at the rush of memories. My friend is not like me at all. He is young, hot-tempered and mischievous. He prefers to act first and deal with the consequences later. Perhaps this is why we got along so well. Opposites attract. Please continue. Finally, my patience is rewarded. I see a slouching demon in rags, so pathetic that even the demon guards of Arueshalae would not lay a hand on him out of disgust. But my spell-enhanced vision can't be fooled. I see the incubus Zephyrian, the ruler of Arueshalae, who answers only to the Lady in Shadow herself. Passing a step away from me, Zephyrian stumbles and falls into a puddle of sewage, rousing disdainful chuckles from the few witnesses. But I won't be fooled by his game. Instead I concentrate, becoming even more focused. My lord, I've discovered this crystal of unknown power on one of the Midnight Isles. Have a look. A hand holding a heart-sized crystal burning with purple flame emerges from under the rags. The incubus's hand is shaking, the skin on his palm slightly smouldering from from touching the crystal. The demon's reflection in the puddle of sewage ripples and changes. I don't hear Zephyrian talking to his mysterious lord. The incubus hides the purple crystal under his rags. As you wish, my lord. No, Nocticula knows nothing about these crystals. I am sure. Of course, Lord Sokothbenoth. Sokothbenoth is the name. I wince. I have no desire to stand in the way of a demon lord. The demon lord Sokothbenoth is the patron of sexual and other hedonistic gratification, seeing the world as his plaything, one that serves up the violence and destruction of which he is especially fond. He is the brother of Nocticula. I turn around. You see, Kinney? We were able to get evidence of Zephyrian's treason. I was right. But my friend is nowhere to be seen. Who is Sokothbenoth? The storyteller cringes. A disgusting demon lord. Champion of meanness, debauchery, perversions, and breaker of taboos. He is Nocticula's brother and former lover. Out of jealousy, he tried in vain to kill my lady, but he remained alive after the attempt. He is driven by fear, shame, and hatred towards his powerful sister. Please continue. I am standing at the top of my tower. There is a goblet of warmed wine in my hand. Nocticula was pleased with my raid. Oh no, she won't kill Zephyrian on the spot. My lady's punishments are much more sophisticated. Banishing, demotion, even transformation into the pathetic creature the incubus was masquerading as. Nocticula has a lot of choices. I don't care. I've done my part. I sip from my goblet and turn to my friend. Without saying a word, Kinney takes out a rag from under his shirt and shows me the purple crystal wrapped in it. I chuckle. That's where my friend went at the end of the raid. Well, we are going to keep the crystal. I will study its properties in detail and find out if it will help us achieve our goal. Nocticula doesn't know that I have the crystal now. Let her look to Zephyrian or her demon lord brother for it. I drink from the goblet again and look down. Arueshalae lies at the bottom of the tower like a faithful dog at the feet of its master. I earned respect here. Even the Lady in Shadow heeds my words. I feel a treacherous smile appear on my lips. Of course, when 17 years have passed, I will return to Golarion. But for now, I like my life here. The storyteller is quiet for a long while, thinking about what he saw, then rubs his hands over his face, tired. I served a demon lord, and what's more, I liked it. I did not expect this from myself. I was completely different. Different thoughts, desires, motives. What made me change so much? I don't know. The storyteller shakes his head ruefully. Okay, that's all the papers we've got. Please examine some of the items I'm carrying. A fragment of a ring appears in the old man's hand. What a powerful item. This ring was created by an inquisitive and free mind. As a rule, such people either become geniuses and creators of a new era, or meet at tragic ends. What was the fate of the creator of this object? We can find out together. Get me 4 vials of magic essence and 2 bars of cold iron, and I will reforge this ring. I can't remember where we got this ring. The old elf gently touches the crumpled metal of the gauntlets. I sense the power of the 2 who were bonded to this relic. One was an animal, the other a man, but neither was the master of the other. They were brothers. A most intriguing tale. Do you want to hear it? If you bring me 1 vial of magic essence, 4 bars of cold iron, and 2 vials of demon blood, I can revive this relic and see into its past. The storyteller's fingers run over the piece of old cloak. I sense power. This item belonged to someone truly powerful. It was created as a gift. It's so hazy. I would like to learn this story, but it would take much to revive such a mighty relic. If you can get me 5 vials of magic essence, 2 bars of cold iron, 2 vials of demon blood, and 3 skins of magical creatures, I will try to restore it. The elf looks at you with unusual impatience. Shall we? I think we've already done some of these, haven't you? We can restore the ring, I guess. Yeah, we've shown him Radiance, we've shown him Trendle of Scale, the Stone Knife, and Finian. Let's restore the ring. Might as well, seeing as we're here. The storyteller sets the ring fragment and the bars of metal on his open palm. He clenches his fist, crumpling the metal like paper, and pours essence from the vials over it. You feel terrible heat rising from the elf's hands, and when he opens his fingers, you see a beautiful ring. A remarkable object, this. It was created by a talented spellcaster and is able to summon beings from other planes, as if the boundaries set by Pharasma do not exist for it. It is a powerful and dangerous item, but it was created by an honourable person. That is probably why it was not used at the crucial hour. There is a quiet sadness in the storyteller's voice. Okay. I have to go. I wish you interesting tales. Well, there you go. A long catch-up with the storyteller. Let's check out this ring, then. Is this it? Ring of Summons. This ring grants the wearer the ability to summon either Axiomites or Soul Eaters randomly selected once per day. I'm probably not going to use that, to be honest. But oh well. I hope there's not a limited amount of the kind of magic essence and cold iron bars and things like that, because I'm curious about that cloak. Let's go into the Citadel. We'll do some crusade management, or we'll just get back out on the road. Oh, hello. Scarenthal the Rock Cleaver. An entire grove seems to be heading your way. A creaking procession of tree ants and moving trees approaches you, their leaves rustling.
Greetings, Lushbringer, O most worthy leader of the Free Crusaders,
says the tree ant, whose bark is cracked and gnarled.
I am Scarenthal the Rock Cleaver. Like everyone else who has come with me, I am a guardian of the perished woods of Sarkoris. Demons are our sworn enemies. They destroyed or corrupted our forests, and drained or poisoned the rivers that nurtured them. Unable to cope with the loss, many of my brethren have succumbed to insanity. Where sap once flowed in their veins, now only fury and madness remains. Those of us who retained our sanity guarded the last remaining pockets of forests in the world wound without hope. But then, with one wave of a mortal's hand, the abyss-blighted soil was turned into a flowering garden. When we learned of this miracle, we came here to support you and your cause, for the sake of the forests that perished and those that will be born on the healed land.
The tree ant pauses and ends his oration with a grand note.
I beg you, O most worthy one, to recruit us as Free Crusaders, and allow us to join the ranks of your allies and fight under your banners.
Yeah, sure. Trees Crusaders? Sure, why not? Early sunset. Nest, You should bear in mind that the tree ants are accompanied by quickwoods, carnivorous plants that often hunt humans. Recruiting them would be akin to letting a pack of ravenous wolves loose in your house. You sense a faint note of anger in the rustling and creaking coming from Skerethol and his fellow creatures.
Do not insult us so, stranger. We wouldn't have come all the way here and extended the branch of friendship and support just to betray our allies' trust. Tree ants are shepherds to quickwoods, and we'll ensure they do harm to no one. You don't expect us to abandon them to the demons, do you? They too are living creatures, just like you and every other crusader.
But can you really be assured that your charges won't harm anyone? Look, Nest, the best choice for you and those who trust you would be to refuse to accept them as crusaders. Still, if you choose to let them join, make the tree ants tell you where their groves are located and promise to burn them down in retaliation for the Quickwoods' wrongdoings, should there be any. Early sunset, come on, get with the program. We're nature lovers here. This is making me suspicious of him. He's meant to be an Azata, which would imply that he's kind of chaotic good. But then his suggestion is the evil option. Are you what you say you are, Early Sunset? Chaotic option is that the Quickwoods have their own life to live without you watching over them. We could go with that. I wonder if they will actually eat anybody as a result, though. Now we'll go with a good option. Threaten our ally for something they have not yet done and probably never will? Out of the question. I'll accept Skerethol and his friends as my allies without these cruel conditions. The tree ants and quickwoods respond with agitated humming and rustling. Why are they agitated? For a moment you feel like you're standing under a dense canopy in the middle of a downpour.
Thank you, Lushbringer. Your trust is an honour, and we will prove ourselves worthy of it. Now, if you'll allow me, we have heard tell of a special ritual you perform over your allies. Unite them as crusaders. We don't quite understand all the details of these titles and regalia, but we'd not like to see ourselves going without it. We want to be full-fledged members of your company.
Genuine enthusiasm rings in the tree ant's voice. Let's sing the Song of Elysium. I will knight you, but you must learn how to play music. Skerethol makes a halting attempt to creak through the tune.
Your customs are quite unusual, but intriguing. Thank you for the honour. We'll head to your court and help our brothers and sisters in whatever way we can.
Nice. Oh. Paralictor Amius Renth. They approach as if in military formation, in lockstep, arranged so that the tallest of a white-haired elf occupies the central position, flanked by the other two. At the same time, it does not seem as though any one of the three is the leader.
Knight Commander Nest, we are representatives of the Hell Knights in the no-man's land of the Worldwound. Paralictor Amius Renth from the Order of the Gate. Paralictor Lerana Tai from the Order of the Pike. And Paralictor Grenin Diothan from the Order of the Pyre.
After introducing themselves, all three turn to Regil in unison and give curt nods. The elf, Paralictor Amius Renth, turns his gaze to you. His voice is dry and his speech is fastidiously formal. We have come to officially greet the commander of the Fifth Crusade on behalf of the coalition of the Hell Knight Orders. The Orders have been and remain fundamentally opposed to the demons and demon worshippers. We will continue to act in the no man's land of the Worldwound as an allied force to your armies. Are you willing to participate in joint operations? My armies need support. That is not possible at this moment in time. The Orders are following their own plans. The majority of our forces are deployed far to the west. We are thereby helping you by drawing the attention of the demon armies. Paralictor Durenge's decision to hand over part of his force to you to command was done of his own initiative, but the other orders and even other chapters of the Order of the Godclaw have their own objectives. Is that all you wanted to say? One more thing. Our chapters, together with the troop led by Paralictor Durenge, intend to establish an outpost, or rather a fortified transfer point for our operations. We have found suitable ruins from the First Crusade, and we have begun making them fit for habitation. When the outpost is ready, you will be entitled, as our ally, to make use of the facilities for rest and sustenance when you are making forays deeper into the wound. On that we shall take our leave, Knight Commander. I guess if we ever go there, we'll take Regil with us. Yeah, what can you tell me about your fellow Hell Knight's visit, Regil?
As usual formality, representatives of orders traditionally visit newly appointed commanders of Crusader armies. But you are probably wondering something else, whether you are being followed. Of course you are. The Hell Knights are the backbone of order on Golarion, and thus we are responsible for watching all the significant movements and figures across the world. You are one such figure.
Ha! I expect the entire world is watching me.
Even if that is true, be careful, Nest. Universal attention always has its consequences, almost always negative.
Thank you, Regil. I thought something was meant to happen with Irabeth. Okay, we can report this. I've taken care of the dragon that was attacking our patrols.
Well, that's one less problem to contend with.
Now we can take the extra lookouts off dragon duty and reassign them to more useful tasks. Excellent work, Commander. Irabeth says goodbye with a short bow. I'm suspicious of early sunset now. That was weird of him. Let's just have a look at the Crusade. Studying the Sword of Valor. The researchers were divided on what exactly happened to the Sword of Valor. However, they did point out that the banner had belonged to Iomade back in her mortal life, and that it had gained miraculous properties, as if anticipating the ascension of its owner to divinity. Could its current change be an indication of the commander's great future? A unit of common volunteers has arrived in Dresden. That's the People's Help finishing up. Cursed children. Demons have been stealing children in Canabras and possessing their bodies so they can get close enough to Crusaders to deliver a dagger strike. The officers are asking how they should proceed when encountering the possessed. Saving the children must come first. Dangerous Kids Decree. Hunt for kidnappers. Yeah, we have a lot of diplomacy things. All units receive the vulnerable feat for 30 days. Let's hunt down the kidnappers. Lan is willing to select a number of fighters who will track down and slay the kidnappers. Should they succeed, the nation will applaud them, and Mendevian clerics will offer a solemn prayer for their protectors. Invitation from the Free Crusaders. The Free Crusaders have sent a letter to the Citadel inviting the Crusade leader to pay them a visit at her court. I'm in my office. Unless it means our Azata court and not the official court. Yeah, I guess it means the Azata court. We are going to get out. I just want to have a look at the army management for a second. I still need to rest as well. It would be nice if there was a quicker way to jump between the kind of live map and the Crusader map, because it can take a minute. The fate of the skilled craftsman can do... Oh, that's just another relic thing. Don't we have the hunt... Oh, we might need to wait a day for that to activate. We'll do logistics reform. Every piece of land the Crusaders... Oh, it says the same thing every time, I think. Sure, let's do a royal parade. Get some more money. There's a lot of outpost to Bastion. Why is there 2 of these? I guess we can do that now. Okay. Let's rest at our court actually, rather than resting in the in Dresden. Because we get a bonus then.
Always watch your back.
I thought the whole thing with Irabeth had finished. I guess we're just still waiting for the result. Grey Boy, you can be benched again. Would you if you can come back out? Okay, how's the army looking? Let's move up here. Attack this army. Oh yeah, I love it when you can hit all of the units with a fireball. Oh, I like that even more. Instantly killed them all. The enemy that the Crusaders ran into is not an ordinary horde of howling cultists and lesser demons, but a unit of deadly monsters skilled in battle. Yeah, very skilled. In the bitter combat that followed, Crusaders discovered how dangerous an enemy can be. Now, holed up in the soldiers' tents at night, they only talk of one thing: what new tricks to deploy in order to destroy really powerful demons. Well, Fireball is working out at the moment. So, as tricks go, it's pretty effective. Let's just have them wait there. This army, I want you to head back towards... oh, perfect. Nice round 40. Go there. Okay. You can travel here. We'll buff up the shield bearers and we'll replace the paladins with them. Improves that army. Paladins, you can travel here when you can. Oh, we've got quite a bit of money. Tell you what, so you don't have to watch me clicking through all the things. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to go around all of the... yeah, I think I'll just quickly do that off camera. But go and do some upgrading to forts. Right, so just built up a bunch of stuff in all these places, shuffled the armies around. Let's go over here. I'm hoping that resting here will actually remove Death's Door on Ember. It'd be nice if it did. It'd be annoying if it didn't, honestly. Oh, what's going on? Aranka. The surrounding noises and clatter dies down as you approach. Aranka waves to you. Nest, I'm so glad you're here. Forgive the chaos. It started when we tried to decide what the new song for your court should be about. I've already composed a melody, but it looks like we can't agree on lyrics. Care to lend us a hand? Who's down on the floor? You guys been fighting? The assembly quickly builds back up to a storm of noise. The indecipherable din of voices gets occasionally drowned out by shouts of Battle March, the Zebra Song, and remember to put the roses a red rhyme into it. I'm at your service, as always. What's this fuss about? Hush, everyone. This is the part where I, and I alone, you understand, tell the commander how far from reaching common ground we are, dear friends. Were you going to say stumped? We were choosing the theme for the future song. I actually suggested we make this decision together, and I did not expect it would lead to such chaos. After much arguing, we narrowed the choice down to 3 options, then got stuck. The first one is a battle march, which speaks for itself. The second one is a song about life and nature's renewal. The third one is a song about heroism, both personal and that shared among brothers in arms. We'll never come to an agreement, and I've already broken my least favourite lutes over their stubborn heads. Please judge which is best. Early Sunset, standing nearby, shakes his head. Such disputes are not uncommon among mortals who seek a balance between self-expression and the common good. It is impossible to rid inquiring minds of the need to defend their opinions, but a wise mentor should offer her guidance in navigating this balance. I thought you were here to advise me, not the other way around. Aranka laughs. We all advise each other. We give you a piece of our mind, and you give us a piece of yours. Early Sunset gives a half bow. I would like to point out that a mentor doesn't have to look like a wizened prune next to a chalkboard. I believe that by settling disputes, you will receive priceless experience and essential wisdom. Well, why not compose 2 or even 3 songs? Someday we will, but this one is special. I asked everyone to contribute for a reason. I wanted something that would matter both to ourselves and the other Crusaders. This song is going to be our gift to them, which is why it's so important. So we must choose an important subject. A battle march accompanies soldiers into the fray. It unites them, helping the troops to hold fast or attack as one. A song about renewal would both inspire hope and incite anger against those who ruined this land. And a heroic song would be good for morale. We do have a hero to look up to after all. She's standing right in front of us. Aranka smiles. All generals gain inspired advance. +2 bonus to speed and a +1 bonus to damage for each square they move until the end of the round. I kind of want to go with the life renewal one. All generals learn the Song of Seasons spell. Each unit in the army restores HP to adjacent allied units and deal damage to adjacent enemy units. And what's the heroic song? Heroic ballad. And attack increase. Yeah, we'll go for the praise the life that is returning to these lands. How exciting! There's great power in music. If we praise life, it will revitalise everything around us. We're in accord, aren't we? My free Crusaders. The simple joke makes a few sullen faces light up. I'm glad we worked it out. I really want this song to be good and bridge the gap between free Crusaders and the Crusaders of Dresden. These guys can't agree on anything, can they? Where's the rest of the party? There you are. Have there been changes in our buried goods? I want to see if they're food. Or if what we put in there turned into food. Is it just because it's a potion that's not working? Why is it letting us put potions in if that doesn't do anything? Okay. We'll come back with some actual junk and try that. Where are the tree ants? Have they not arrived yet? Oh, there they are. How are you settling in, Scarenthal?
Hope is like a sapling, it must be nurtured.
Yeah, just a standard phrase. Let's go. I wonder if they have anything to say about the new trees. I hope they've not eaten anybody. Oh. We'll rest afterwards. I'd love to see what Ivo will be like when she grows up. Adult dragons of her kind possess unique abilities. That said, that story about being able to breathe candy is probably made up. How are things going in the court? I think we've already asked this, haven't we? I have to go. We'll rest first. Wooljiff on night watch. Can we cook anything other than night pottage? Oh, this is Darren's favourite dish. Sure, we'll cook this. Why not? Cheer him up a bit. Good sir, lovely birdie. Do you like being with me? Maybe you'd rather be flying about the river city with your crow friends? Okay, hopefully that has healed Ember. If not, we'll have to rest in Dresden. Yep, there you go. Nice. Okay, let's get out of here. We found a cave. We'll go there. Or we could go do Olbrig's companion quest. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do that after the cave we found. Yeah, the Shrine of Sacrilege. We'll go there. Yeah, we've got our movement back. I'm going to have these rest for a little while just because I want his energy to recover. Although we've got more recruitment. I'll definitely take the sorcerers. Increase our numbers there. And we'll get more money in a bit. But sorcerers, you make your way down to here. It'll take a couple of days, but that's fine. Okay. Let's enter the Shrine of Sacrilege. We heard evil sounding chanting coming from in here. That's what the description said. Alright, you know the drill. Buff time.
Make things right.
Magic armor first. Yeah. Let's just do everybody. Maybe I could skip over all this bit, this part as well. You do end up having to do it every time you enter a new location. It's not exactly speedy work, is it? Cool. Do Beast Gift on there as well. Give yourself False Life. Okay, Darren, you're up. Bark Skin. I'm just saying, if you could organise a group, call it like the mass buffs, and then just click one button and have everybody do all the buffs they need to do right at the start, that would be lovely. Save a lot of time. Okay, that's... Well, actually, Arueshalae, do yours. And you too, Woljif. Okay, and Darren, you get on Fenris.
This thing refuses to cooperate.
Oh, calm down. Okay, let's go. We can do more when we come across enemies. Oh! Talk of the devil. Right? Or talk of the plagued wolf. That was quick. Okay. Note to self, do not immediately sell all this junk. We need to experiment with our buried goods. You blur on yourself. Olbrig, just move over here. Darren, do bull strength on Fenris.
I will resist.
One hit kill. Lovely. These wolves are pretty weak, it would seem.
Careful now.
There's just a skeleton back there.
Rob them of their treasures.
You know what? These wolves are quite weak. Let's just go out of turn-based mode. I'm not too worried about our ability to fight them. I'm trying to click on the sword. Okay, come over here. Okay. No, it's just a sword. Not anything of much use.
Death to the heretics, glory to the great titans.
Oh, okay. This is a more significant number. Still not especially threatening, but it's a lot. The Great Titans. Who are they?
You can handle them, right?
Okay. Yeah, just collect all the junk from them. Okay, that's a way out. My intuition tells me that whatever these Great Titans are, they're in this cave. So we'll see.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
No. Okay, don't just run it, hit that, and don't just run into the traps, please. Thank you. Well, you know what? I need to remember to use these meta magic rods that Ember has. Being able to quicken is quite nice.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Why do traps never work for the enemy?
Out of my sight!
Okay, Darren's just chilling, it would seem. Do Divine Favour then. Okay, Woljif.
Nicely.
Let's avoid the traps.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Good man. Okay. Oh, another one. Yeah, I don't think I've ever hit a trap that I've not uncovered first. I'm sure it's a possibility, otherwise there'd be no point in having spells like Detect Trap, but honestly they still feel a little useless. Monster Hunter's Diary. I located the heretic's hidden lair. Okay. Maybe I should have read that properly, but...
I will fight.
Okay. Breath attack from Ivu. Nest, you can come and do your standard attack.
Cover me. Prepare yourself.
Against a ferocious Glabrezu.
Thank you for amusing me.
Good work. Just do a scorching ray. I think we've out-leveled this place. Everything's going down quite easily. Not that I'm complaining. Sometimes it's nice to just be able to stomp things. Another disarm, please.
This is my kind of work.
What's with the pile of meat? It's a bit gross.
Precisely. They dare threaten me.
The sacrament is corrupted. Kill the heretics.
Oh,
May they know the power of the great titans, the true masters of the world. Their heads will adorn our altar. Praise the great titans.
yeah, I don't think so. Gormandizer. Try one hit kill him. No. It's never gonna work, is it? Yeah, finish off that guy. Great. Ivy. Darren. Everyone just attack him. Full assault. Oh, he's got a lot of attacks. Okay. I'm still not worried, but that's not an insignificant amount of attacks.
Desna, guide my hand.
Finish the job, Ivy. There you go. Well done. Oh, we needed demon blood for the storyteller, didn't we? That's useful.
Always watch your back.
Okay. Oh. Well, this is a puzzle solution, isn't it? Well, tools for a puzzle anyway. Oh, is that all that's in here? Okay, fair enough. I thought there would be more. We will leave them. Got all buffed up for nothing. Frustrating. Okay. I said I was going to recharge these ones, didn't I? Oh, they're still got not that much movement. Just keep making your way down there. I think it does that automatically, honestly, but if you set the movement ahead anyway. Why don't we go to Greengates? Looming over the surrounding landscape, this cliff is a natural fortification. A Sarkorian fortress once stood here, and the Crusaders built a fort on its ruins. Sadly, the human-built edifices were also turned into ruins. For many years, the place has been ravaged by demons. Yeah, we're nearby. We'll head over there. It's alright, we don't need to go into the bloody trail. We already finished that quest. Okay, one sec. Let's rest before we go in, I think. Yeah, we've got some fatigued people.
See, I look at you and I think maybe my old granddaddy was an incubus. Some distant relation of yours. Both our horns are similar enough. We both have dark hair. You're a succubus, and I'm also as handsome as they come.
You're looking for similarities with demons, but I like that you look more like a human than one of us.
Okay. Let's go in. No, I'm going to do you all a favour and skip the buffing. So you don't have to watch that. But yeah, this is the area where Arueshalae wanted us to come. She said there was a hag here that might have a clue to the demons being the special, unique demons we've been coming across. Right, buffing done. Okay, let's have a look around here then. Arueshalae. Here we are. The hag should be around here somewhere. She catches your eye and a blush unexpectedly blooms on her cheeks. Quietly, in a near whisper, she adds, "Thank you for bringing me with you. This is important to me. Very important." So if you're not on the Azata path, but you free Arueshalae in Dresden, she runs off and then you get her when you come here. Beware. You are dealing with a creature that is very old, very devious, and very dangerous. She may not be a demon, but she can move like one. If you hesitate, she will slip from your grasp before you even know it. Fortunately, there is a relic of Desna in this very fortress, the Bell of Mercy. It will help you catch the hag, like a cat in a mouse trap. No, wait, you don't say that, do you? Like a mouse in a cat trap? Never mind. What matters is that you must catch her. The right way to say it is a mouse in a mouse trap. Yep, but I can see how you got confused. All those boring words. I get them mixed up all the time too. What if everyone said, to catch a bee in a bear trap? Or maybe a moose in a fox trap? A manticoran in a unicorn trap? A hedgehog? No, I don't want to catch a hedgehog. They're too prickly. Then how about a rabbit in a goat trap? Ivy was distracted, thinking up new combinations, no longer paying any attention to those around her. Hey, does this sound like we're getting mixed up in something that's really got nothing to do with us? There's some ruins and some bell and some hideous beast, maybe more than one, and we could die over this, over nothing. And then what are people gonna say about me once I'm dead, eh? Wojif the idiot who tried to swipe a rusty old bell? Now that's just shameful. Well, what if I were to tell you that once I read a dusty old tome that said there was treasure somewhere in these ruins, that the army's coffers were left behind when the Crusaders beat their retreat from here, untold riches, half a year's salary for thousands of warriors? Let's say that I knew where to find this hoard. What do you think? Would it be worth your while venturing into these ruins for a cut of, say, 25% of the loot? What's that now? I think I heard 25. But I'm sure what you meant to say was 40. If that's the case, then I'm in. Waldjif's eyes are gleaming greedily. So, how much gold do you reckon is in there, roughly? How should I know? It was a hypothetical question. Why on earth would an army abandon their coffers full of gold here? I'd wager that the most we, the daring treasure hunters, can expect is a handful of coins from a soldier's hidden stash. But 30% of those coins are yours. I'm a man of my word, after all. What can you tell me about this hag? Did you know there are different kinds of hags? Jerunica is one of the most terrifying types. An Anis hag. This flesh-eater possesses frightening, evil magic powers. She's not a demon, but she is far more cunning than many inhabitants of the Abyss. Don't listen to her rigmarole and don't believe her evasions. Just grab her, put a knife to her throat and demand straight answers. And don't forget, like demons, she can travel huge distances using magic, but the sound of the bell will stop her from slipping away. How will this bell help us? It's an ancient relic of Desna. The Crusaders brought it here when there was still hope that Sarkoris could be retaken easily. Then the world wound expanded and the Crusaders were forced to retreat, leaving the bell behind. The demons tried to corrupt it or destroy it, but they couldn't. The bell burned them when they touched it. They managed to rip the bell's clapper from it, but they didn't take it far. Look for it. It should be around here somewhere. Desna imbued the bell with powerful protective magic. If you strike it, all demons and their ilk inside the fortress will be unable to move. If the hag cannot move, she will not be able to evade you. How did you know the hag would be here? We know each other of old. Well, actually, that's not quite true. We never met in person, but I have been tracking her for quite some time. She shows up here and there, but every time I try to pin her down, she vanishes. I hope this time she won't slip away so easily. Perception success. Arueshalae seems agitated, and you detect a tremor in her voice. It seems hunting this hag means an awful lot to her, but you have a sneaking suspicion that the succubus has not told you the full story. I understand, let's do it. May Desna aid us. Okay, so we're looking for a bell clapper. And ideally we should strike this bell as early as possible. Make the demons easier to deal with. Okay. Woljif, you're up.
Wrong. This is my kind of work.
Hello. How dare you come here?
Make your peace.
Okay, Nest, do your weapon enchantment. And come and do a vampiric touch attack. See if that works. Nice. Woljif, give yourself mirror image. Ivu, you're up. And... oh, I've been forgetting about this, haven't I? Let's move this to down here so I don't forget about it. We want to do halt.
Am I doing it wrong?
Darren, you can do a prayer. Yeah, I think they're stuck now.
I will resist.
So that's the strength of halt. I've been forgetting to use it, but just make a whole group of enemies stuck standing still, while you pick them off one at a time. Okay. I think they can still attack. Like the halt doesn't, it doesn't stop them from moving. Right, if we activate the quicken, yeah, we can do Scorching Ray twice. Great. Yeah, I did remember to do Bless. Oh, amazing. Great start. Oh, Arueshalae, you come too. Don't hang back. She's a very good sniper, Arueshalae. And just hangs at the back. Arden's Wrath. This holy scabbard, while equipped, alters Paladin's Smite Evil class ability. Changing the type of AC bonus it grants from Deflection to Sacred. Additionally, the wearer's first attack every round deals an additional 1d4 divine damage. Well, we've only got one Paladin in our party. So, Seela, I have a present for you. Okay, come over here first.
Careful now.
I won't allow you to besmirch this place further. Arueshalae is committed to this place. Do arcane accuracy. And another force punch. Oh wow. That really worked. Oh, okay. We have some Rift Drakes. Oh, that's slightly annoying. Darren, yeah, just do a standard attack. Ember, try your halt again. Cool. Woolgif, up you come. And Albrig. Okay, Nest, do a frigid touch attack on the Drake. Wonderful.
Prepare yourself.
Still got haste that we've not been using either. I don't even think we need it. Okay. Ibu. Darren. And Ember, move up. Don't want to waste Scorching Ray too much.
Time to share your treasures!
Stab their backs.
Wonderful. Oh, it's not dead yet.
Guide my hand.
It is now. It can sometimes be hard to click on the thing you need to click on when you're when your character is bigger than the icon, which is the case for Albrig. Okay, disarm that.
Pretty good, aren't I?
You're great, Woolgif, you're great. We didn't find the clapper, did we? Okay, do a mobility check. The mobility check succeeded.
This is my kind of work.
Bell of Mercy Clapper. Okay, there you go. Now we just need to find the actual bell. Everyone stop moving, please, so we don't hit the trap. Where's Woolgif? Hello, big spider. Maybe we'll make this easier if we can find where the bell is. I'm going to presume it's in this building here. that's a fair presumption. Okay, there's a gravestone. This grave is well tended. It is much more recent than the chapel besides it. There is no name on the tombstone, only an elegant butterfly of Desna. Oh. Someone's buried someone here. To the belfry. I think dealing with this first will be easier than trying to take on those demons. And I'm sure we'd be fine, but...
This is my kind of work.
Oh, some boots. Nice. Anything else in here? Nope. The bell, now reunited with its clapper, produces a gentle, melodious ring. Cool.
Precisely.
Now we'll go and fight those demons. They will be stuck. Ooh, that's a room. Okay. Sure, just move up for now, Nest. And activate your weapon enchantment. Might as well do an Instrument of Freedom. Ulbrig. Darren, you can do a prayer. Ivu, you can move up here too. Okay, Warjif, we'll do a haste for this fight. I think it will make things a bit quicker. I don't know why area of effect spells don't go around corners. Arueshalae, you said ringing the bell would stop the demons from moving. I feel slightly lied to. Because they are definitely moving.
Make your peace.
This was not the what I was hoping for. Okay, do another halt. And might as well do a Scorching Ray. Fair enough. Okay, Nest. Do a Vampiric Touch attack. Come on. Well done, Ivu. At least you're reliable.
Cover me, all right?
I will resist.
Okay, let's try an insta-kill. Why not? Nope. And, do a True Strike attack.
I'll loot your corpse.
Cool. Arueshalae, you specifically said all the demons wouldn't be able to move after we rang the bell. Misinformation. I think this might be where the hag is. Yeah, there she is. Oh, I'm going to whip out my hag voice.
Ah, Arueshalae, my dear. Are you there? And you brought friends? Good, good. Come to me.
Specifically, if anyone's played the Warhammer Total War 3,
Prepare yourself.
with the oh, what's it called? Oh, I can't remember the name of the pseudo-Russian faction. But anyway, they have a class of character called a Hag Witch, and I giggle every time one of them says their character names. They go, Hag Witch. I absolutely love it. Drunker.
Stop, stop. What are you doing, you reprobates?
The beaten hag cowers on the rocks. Gone is the terrifying one. You didn't do one attack, wasn't that terrifying? You were just fighting, and in its place is a small and frightened old woman.
Why'd you treat an old biddy like me so harshly? Haven't you any shame, you great brutes?
Warjif can't take his eyes off the hideous old crone. His teeth are chattering. Sorry, Granny, but you better stay down. You lay there on the stones, or you'll only make it worse for yourself.
Hey, don't you lot listen to her. It's a hag. An honest-to-God's hag. Even if she's making herself out to be a helpless old biddy. If you fall for her lies, you're like dewy-eyed fools. She'll be gnawing on your bones in a jiffy. Or if only I'd brought a horseshoe. Or at least a couple of cold iron nails.
Albrig starts patting his pockets. Don't listen to her. She's just stalling for time. Arueshalae raises her weapon. What do you know about the demons with the strange abilities? Where are they coming from? Speak.
What demons? What are you talking about?
Under Arueshalae's cold gaze, the hag's face breaks into a grandmotherly smile.
Ah, now, those demons. Wouldn't they be friends of yours, Aru, my dear? What are you picking on poor old me for, then? I'll tell you everything I know, but you know far more than me on that score.
The colour drains from Arueshalae's face, and the hag's smile grows wider, stretching from ear to ear.
My little chicken, don't you tell me you haven't told your new toys all that? Kept it to yourself, did you?
The hag bursts into screeching laughter before turning her gaze on you.
Take pity on an old woman. Let go before any more harm's done. You'd better have a word with your little demoness about those demons.
You liar! I've never been to the Ivory Sanctum. Arueshalae's desperate outburst is drowned out by another round of cackling from the hag.
Where do you say you've never been, eh? Where? Like you haven't been sniffing round it, seeing who comes and goes? You didn't see all that? I suppose you don't even know the password neither, eh?
The hag looks at you.
Your demon girl's lying through her teeth as per usual.
Arueshalae, is this true? You've known all along where the strange demons were coming from? You don't understand. Arueshalae drops her gaze. I lied to you. I used you. I could have told you where to look for those demons right away, but I needed someone to help me get rid of the hag. When I was freed from the dungeons of Dresden, the demons set her on my trail. I could not have dealt with her single-handedly. Hearing this, the old woman lets out a screeching cackle that shakes her whole body. What are you laughing at? It doesn't matter what I've done. You won't be leaving here alive.
She tried to trick us. Oh well. What else did you expect from her tribe? It's not like it hurt us anyway. It's just the opposite. We caught the old bag and found out all we wanted. So I won't hold it against her.
Wait, don't kill the hag. I want to ask her about something. Arueshalae gives a reluctant nod, but doesn't lower her weapon. All right, but don't let this lying filth confuse you.
I'm the lying filth here, am I? Now that's the pot calling the kettle black. Arueshalae.
Who are you?
Who, me? I'm just a humble old soul, peaceful as they come. I've lived here a fair old while, since the days when these lands were green and no one ever even heard tell of demons before. Us hags aren't as wicked as people make us out to be. That's just nasty gossip. People don't know us. They don't understand us. That's why they fear us. They trot out all sorts of rubbish when we feast on human flesh and we bow down to demons and the like. Truth is, we're Fae, genuine Fae, and there's even a tale about it. Want to hear it?
Big deal. Everyone knows you're Fae, and that you have a taste for our flesh. And we also know you just love to befuddle folk with your words. Don't listen to her, War Chief. She won't tell you anything good. She'll just hoodwink you and then put a hex on you for good measure. Tell us your tale, we'll listen. I love stories, but some of the ones I've heard were very bad. About cruelty and monsters and children who are roasted alive in an oven. It's not that kind of story, is it?
Listen well. 'Twas a long time ago, so long ago it's now beyond remembering, when there lived 3 sisters in the first world, in a forest known as the Cimmerian. Beautiful they were, the sisters, the kind of beauties that make folks stop and stare. Suitors come from all corners of the land to woo them, but the sisters just laughed, and they boasted each to the other about the fine gifts they received. They boasted and bragged until a century had passed, and then another, and bit by bit their sisterly affection turned into a deadly rivalry. Each sister wanted to show up the other 2, to win the suitors away from them and grab all the riches for herself.
I know this tale. My grandma told it me when I was little. Listen, War Chief, if you love tales so much, how about I tell it to you myself sometime? Over a nice pint of beer someplace safe. As for this crone, you shouldn't even be letting her open her mouth. Maybe we should have listened to Ulbrig.
Their magical forest, sensing this shift, changed too. Thorns and barbs sprang up everywhere. The animals sprouted fangs and horns. Even the little birds began to squawk vile curses and oaths in place of pretty tunes. The matchmakers came less and less after that, until the road to the Cimmerian was forgotten altogether.
Succeeded at a perception check. As she tells the tale, the hag grunts between words, lisping and smacking her lips. Her gnarled fingers are also twitching, sketching intricate symbols. Watch out, she's casting some kind of spell. Trying to trick us, is she? It won't work. Oh. Wow, okay. With unmatched speed, Arueshalae attacks the hag. She screeches her last rasping cackle, which soon turns into a strangled gurgle. Wow, okay. Arueshalae's eyes are plaintive as she holds your gaze. There is much I have to explain, to confess. But first, please, there is something I want to show you. Come, it's not far. Oh, it's that grave we found. Is this the priest you killed, Arueshalae? Arueshalae approaches the grave. It is small but surprisingly well maintained given the surrounding squalor and neglect. Arueshalae touches the cold stone, decorated with a Desnan butterfly, like she is greeting an old friend. Silently, she turns to you. She retrieves a map from her bag, makes a mark on it, and holds it out to you. First things first, here. I wasn't lying to you about this. That's where you'll find the Ivory Sanctum, and in it, the secrets of the demons with the strange powers. The entrance is hidden under a pile of skulls. I don't know how to open it, and I have never been inside, but cultists enter it somehow, which means that you can find a way to get inside. Thank you for the map. I appreciate your help. The succubus shakes her head. I lied to you. You trusted me, and I used you to get rid of the hag. This doesn't assuage my guilt, but it's the least I can do. Who does this grave belong to? My last victim. She was a priestess of Desna. I seduced her and drained her soul. She died in my arms, and I decided to bask in her final reveries. So I drove her into her faded mind. Dreams are Desna's domain. The goddess noticed my sacrilege, but for some reason she showed me mercy instead of punishment. She opened my eyes to who I was and who I could be. When I returned to my senses, the first thing I did was bury my final victim here, and to make a vow before her grave that I would atone for everything I had done. I didn't even know who she was. I seduced her, deceived her, and killed her, and she saved my soul. Arueshalae wipes her eyes. If only I could die and give her back her life, but I can't, Nest. All I can do is live on and help those who are still alive. How did you know the hag would be here? When I was freed in Dresna, the demons set her on my trail. She failed to catch me and she took a hostage of a sort. Arueshalae once again runs her fingers over the granite tombstone. She threatened to corrupt this grave if I didn't come here and surrender. I knew I could not defeat her on my own, so I used you. I used a lie to get you here so you would help me kill her. Forgive me, I'm sorry. How did you know about the Bell of Mercy? This place, this fortress and the bell tower. I saw them in the dreams of the person lying in this grave. She was on her way here for the bell. She wanted to take it from here and return it to the Crusaders in Canabras, but she never made it here, because she met me. I killed her and I devoured her dreams, or rather they devoured me. That's why when I re-emerged from the dream realm, I buried her here. I thought it was the right thing to do. I've wanted to return the bell to the Crusaders for a long time, but... She brings a hand to her face. The barest brush and the bell burns my impure fingers. The barest brush and the bell burns my impure fingers. Why did you have to lie? You could have just asked for help. I was afraid. Afraid that you would refuse if there was nothing in it for you. I was afraid you wouldn't believe me, and... I am a demon, Nest. For centuries it was all I knew. If you want something, you get it by lying or by force. Luring you here was so easy, so natural. Lies and manipulation. They are my native language. One I have spoken my entire life. Asking for a favour? Now that is a foreign notion that I have only begun to learn. Don't think I'm trying to justify what I did. I know my lie was despicable. I knew that perfectly well when I lied to you. I knew it was a step backwards, back to the old Arueshalae, and I still did it. There is no excuse for it. I just want you to understand me. Everything is clear now. So, what are you going to do with me? Arueshalae waits with bated breath. Her eyes lock onto yours. You see fear and sadness there, and also the tiniest flicker of hope.
Judging a fay for her trickery is like scolding a bumblebee for buzzing when it flaps its wings. They just don't know any better. It's in their nature. She didn't betray us, didn't stab us in the back. She even helped, and that's fine with me.
Let's be good. We're not going to encourage her to... Because it's obviously unhealthy for her when she does a kind of goes to a succubus kind of nature. Also, we'll do the good option. I forgive you, and please try to forgive yourself. Thank you, Arueshalae whispers. I will try. I'm sad we didn't get to hear more from the hag. I like doing the hag voice.
Hag witch.
It's definitely one of my favourites. Okay, what have you got on you, hag? So it always sends Darren to loot, and I don't think he can when he's on his... I don't know if that's deliberate, but he seems to not be able to when he's on the dog's back. Aha! A new S-stock. I was aware that this was here. I think it's an upgrade on what we have. Crippling Kiss. Keen. I mean, that's not especially useful. It actually does less damage overall. Whenever this +3 keen S dot confirms a critical hit, the target suffers a -2 penalty. Oh, that's pretty good. We critical hit a lot. I'll still... We'll keep the S-Stock of Purity. We'll try it out, and then we can always switch around to it, can't we, if we need to. Oh, that's something for Rage. We don't need that. Boots of Free Reign. These boots grant the wearer... Okay, we'll definitely give that to Darren, because he gets his negative movement at the beginning of combat. These braces grant the wearer a +5 competence bonus on... and does extra sneak attack damage. Those might be good for Wooljiff. Sure, we'll swap these out for what Wooljiff's got. Just search around here more.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Are we not able to cure the corruption in this place? Old Sarkorian burnt... oh wow, yeah, it's long. Not reading that. Wooljiff buddy.
It's restless.
Trap time. No! Okay. It was just a fireball. Not the end of the world. Oh, is this another... see this bunch of twigs? It used to be a griffin's nest, but all that's left now are bones and broken eggshells. I guess they've added a few of those around. Specifically for Ulbrig. We found another one at Wintersun.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Oh, we can reinvigorate the land. Do it. Heal this place. We'll do this everywhere possible. Lovely. I think that's everything here. And with that, we'll probably end things for this episode. Let's just head back out to the world map first. Cool. So we've done Greengates. Learned a bit more about Arueshalae. And we've figured out where the Ivory Sanctum is. It's actually quite close. I think that that might trigger some of the next kind of plot beats, so we might not go there right away. Now, the core of the riddle. Maybe we'll stop over there. Oh no, we're all the way over here. We're actually not that close. I might head down to the Molten Scar next time. But yeah, for now I think we're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. If you want to keep following this series, I will be posting stuff daily, so you can subscribe and leave a like or a comment if you're feeling generous. But yeah, thank you for watching. See ya.